Hey guys, on days that I'm not here, I'll give you a reading book like this, Wagons West by Judith Lechner, and I will read it to you. I'll have some questions that go with it, and then after you complete those questions, you'll also complete a book report. This book and many of our guided reading books have the genre above. So this is Social Studies, Places and Events. It's a historical book. It's a non-fiction book. So we're going to get into Wagons West. Again, by Judith Lechner. The move west. What would it be like to move across the country in a covered wagon? Thousands of families went west in wagons during the mid-1800s. They traveled on the Oregon Trail in groups called wagon trains. Many people moved west during the mid-1800s. The Oregon Trail was the only road to the Oregon Territory. In the West, brave people called pioneers traveled on this road. It was about 2,000 miles long. These families hoped to have farms in the West. Pioneers. In the 1840s, many families lived in the East and in the middle area of America. Thousands of people wanted to move to the West, though. Some wanted good land for farming. Others wanted to live in a new place. Still others wanted a new life. Most pioneers were white. However, some African American pioneers also started new lives in the West. One African American pioneer was Moses Harris. He led wagon trains on the Oregon Trail. He also helped people who got lost on the trail. Most pioneers started their trip in St. Louis, Missouri. From there, they went to up the Missouri River by boat. After 200 miles, they got off at small towns along the river. From there, they would travel by wagon. The pioneers bought supplies in the towns. They knew their trip west would take 4 to 6 months. They bought a lot of supplies. Wagons. This is a diagram of different parts. We have the wagon bow, which is the spine of that bonnet. We have the brake lever. They do this, and it would adjust the brakes. The jockey box, or the toolbox, often placed on the side of the wagon. The neck yoke, where they would attach the animals. The falling tongue. Iron tire, which is the wheel. The wheel rim, the wheel hub, and the axle ran across. The Yankee bed. A watertight so the bed could float when crossing deep water, so it would actually be able to float, kind of like a boat. And then sideboards. Some supplies were food, such as flour and bacon. Other supplies were warm clothes for cold nights. Pioneers also bought good shoes. This was because they would walk much of the way. They did not want to add weight to their wagons by riding in them. The animals pulling the wagons would get too tired. Time to go. Pioneers would often leave towns in late spring. The grass was very tall then. The pioneers' animals would have plenty of grass to eat. Many wagons left a town at the same time. Some pioneers did not know how to drive wagons. They got in other people's way. Some wagons were even tipped over. Life on the trail. On the trail, pioneers got up early. They cooked breakfast and they were ready to leave by 7 a.m. They traveled until early evening. Then everyone set up camp. Men hunted, women cooked dinner over a fire. Later, families slept in their wagons or in tents by fire. At night, the wagons made a big circle for protection. Some Native Americans were friendly and helped the pioneers. Other Native Americans disliked the pioneers. They felt the pioneers cut down too many trees and killed too many buffalo. The Native Americans needed these things too. They sometimes fought the pioneers. Trail dangers. Parts of the trip were very dangerous. Crossing the rivers was dangerous and hard work. Pioneers had to unload their wagons. They put the wagons on boats and rowed across. Wind sometimes made it hard to row. On the other side of the river, wagons would have to be reloaded with supplies. New homes. The trip west ended in a valley in Oregon. Many pioneers stayed there to farm the land. Others went to different places. One group went to Utah. Thousands went to California. They heard that there was gold there. The pioneers wanted to find gold, but not many did. The trail today. About 500,000 people traveled on the Oregon Trail. Today you can see the Oregon Trail too. At one place in Nebraska, you can see covered wagons. You can even walk along the same trail where pioneers walked. There you can feel the excitement and danger of being a pioneer on the Oregon Trail. Some words in this book: buffalo or large animals, dangerous means to be unsafe, pioneers, protection supplies. So there's a question sheet that goes along with this text. You're going to read the text as I have as many times as you need, answer the question sheet, and you'll complete a nonfiction book report over this Wagons West by Judith Lechner. I will see you when I get back, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Love you, bye.